I used to think affirmations were a joke, just words, something people with vision boards and good vibes did while nothing in their life actually changed. I was wrong. Alan here, 5 minutes of recovery. And I've talked before about how changing your beliefs is the single most important thing you could do to change your life. But today I want to go deeper because there's more than one way to change a belief. And the real power is when you stack them all together. Now, I've talked about acting your way into right thinking, taking the actions before the belief is there, showing up like the person you want to become, even when it doesn't feel real yet. That works. I know it works because it worked for me. But that's not the only tool. And I wasn't going to get where I needed to go on one tool alone. So here's what I added: repetition, deliberate, daily, consistent repetition. I have cards on my vision board, and every single day I would read them out loud. Not skim them, not glance at them. Stop, look at them, say them, mean them. And that's where it starts to really work. Things like, I'm a successful business owner, I have unlimited streams of income, I am always of service to others. Now, the first time I said those things, they felt like lies because they weren't true yet. And that's the part that most people get wrong about affirmations. They say the words, and when the words don't feel true, they stop. They give up before the miracle happens. They think that this doesn't work. This is fake. I'm just lying to myself. But here's what I know now that I didn't know when I started studying this stuff. The discomfort you feel when you say something that isn't true yet, that's the old belief fighting back. That's the programming that's been running your life, resisting the update. And the way you win that fight is repetition. You keep going. You say it again tomorrow. And then you say it again the day after that. And the day after that. And what starts to happen after a while is your brain, which collects evidence and builds beliefs based on what it hears and sees most often, starts to look for proof that it's true. Because that's what the brain does. You say, I'm a successful business owner enough times, your brain starts asking, okay, how? And it starts finding answers. It starts noticing opportunities. It starts generating ideas. It starts moving in that direction. Not because of magic, because of focus. What you focus on expands, right? That's just the way that this stuff works. That's not a motivational quote. That's how your mind actually works. But, and this is the part that took me a while to really get, the affirmation alone isn't enough either. Words without belief are just noise. You have to actually stop and feel it. You have to close your eyes or look at that card and for a moment let yourself live in it. What does it feel like to be a successful business owner? What does it feel like to have unlimited streams of income? What does it feel like to be a person of service whose life actually reflects their values? Feel it, even for 30 seconds. That's where the belief starts to shift because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that actually happened. Feed the vision repeatedly. Do it every day. And then here's the key: you go do the work. The actions and the affirmations together, that's when things really start to move. Action gives your brain real evidence. Affirmation keeps pointing your mind in the right direction. And source starts moving on your behalf because you're finally aligned. What you're saying, what you're thinking, and what you're doing, they're all pointing in the same direction. That alignment is everything. I'm not where I want to be yet. I'll be honest about that. But I got to tell you that I'm not where I was. And the distance between those two places was built one belief at a time. One card on the vision board, one affirmation said out loud every morning, one action taken before I really felt ready. All of that together, that's how the mind changes. That's how your life changes. If you don't have a vision board, make one. If you don't have affirmations, write some. Make them specific, make them present tense, say them like they're already true. And then go act like they are. That's the formula. always remember, recovery is just the beginning. And real quick, before I end, what I want to say is like, if a guy like me could get and do these things and change my life 6 times in prison, living the life that I was living on the streets, and to actually be where I am today, like that's the miracle of recovery and the miracle of the law of attraction. And if I could do it, you could do it. So thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.